Hey, I'm Colin, and today I'm going to show you how to build a seating bench. Step one for this project is just like any other. You're going to want to have a design. We've done lots of rotundo circle systems in the past and these curved seating benches, so we're very familiar with where we're going to place these benches. The reason why we're doing them curved is it does match the vibe of a round circle system better. We're going to be utilizing our Chateau Moderna beveled and 100s, which makes a virtually no cut seating bench. Step two is going to be layout. There's a couple things you're going to want to consider when you're putting these curved benches on top of a rotundo circle system. You obviously want to have a nice and consistent curve, and the easiest way to do that is to match the back of your blocks with a seam within the ring of one of your curves. So take a Chateau beveled, you put it right there on the seam. We know that if we continue stacking these blocks here, we'll have a nice and consistent curve. We also want to consider the space between the front of our bench and our fire pits. We take our Chateau 100, we place it in the front here, which is going to cover up our gaps with these bevels. We want about 2 feet. I believe this measures out to about 22.5 inches, which is close enough, especially because we're matching with that seam here. And then you continue laying your base course, just kind of make sure it's going to be the area you want. Another thing to consider as well is that you want to have a gap between your benches so that drainage can roll through in between them and off of your patio. We're satisfied with the positioning and layout of our benches, so now we can move on to the next step, which is base. We already have a compacted gravel base underneath these paving stones. We know it's suitable to handle the weight of these benches. If you don't have paving stones you're going to be putting these benches on top of, you would want to do a traditional at least 4 inches of compacted gravel base. That makes it really easy for our part of the process because all we have to do is lay our base course right on top of these pavers. After we've laid our base course, we can move on to the next step, which is gluing and stacking our subsequent courses. Okay, you're going to want to keep in mind while you're stacking at the desired height that you want to be at the end with your cap. Our cap isn't as thick as our wall block, therefore we're going to check every course or every other course as we continue stacking to make sure it's the good height that's comfortable for sitting. You also want to make sure that you use a couple cuts. Like we mentioned earlier, these are just half beveled pieces to offset our seams. We also have some half Chateau 100s just to make things as structurally sound as possible. Stack this bench 3 courses tall, and with our 3-inch cap on there, it's the perfect seating height for our specific client. Now, all you got to do is start laying glue in these caps. Now, obviously, because this is a curved seating bench, there's really no way around building this without having to do some cuts. If you want to learn more about how to cut a paving stone or a cap, watch our video, 6 ways to cut a paving stone.